Welcome to Go Explore Greece. My name's Ian, and for today's walk we begin right behind me at the famous Metropolitan Cathedral of Athens, and we're going to go all the way to another famous place, which is the Arch of Hadrian. Now on the way I'm going to show you loads of things you would probably otherwise miss, including we'll go around the heart of the Plaka Neighbourhood. I'll point out some really good places to eat, drink and shop. Oh, and I'll also show you the ancient Roman Agora of Athens. So, go look for your best toga, tie up your sandals, and let's go explore Greece. Right then, welcome everyone. As promised, we're kicking off our little Athenian adventure right here at the Metropolitan Cathedral of Athens. Mind you, this isn't just any old cathedral, you know. Picture this. It's 1842 and everyone in Athens is in a frenzy about building something really big, really special. And then everyone says, hold my ouzo, I've got just the thing. And quicker than you can say, I'm desperate for souvlaki, okay, 20 years later, the cathedral there was built. And what's fascinating about it is that it was constructed, it was made using marble from 72, I think, at least 70 previously demolished churches. That there in front of us is the statue of an archbishop, Archbishop Damaskinos Papandreou. And I just want to get a little bit serious for a moment. Bear with me, you'll understand. Now, he served as Archbishop of Athens in all of Greece during the German occupation of Greece in World War II. And during that time, he not only was a very visible and very vocal opponent of the Nazi occupation, he also saved the lives of so many Jews. He did so many things, including issuing fake baptismal certificates. He leveraged and put pressure on and worked with the entire network of the Greek Orthodox Church to provide Jews with a safe haven. Great place to eat in front of us, just coming up there on the left. That's the Metropol Cafe. Great food, recommend the crepes, really nice. In fact, they serve crepes virtually from breakfast time all the way into the evening. And it's also a really good place to people watch. So yeah, recommend that one. Now we're on Pandrossou Street. It runs from just behind us all the way into Monastiraki Square, which we're going for a stop. Also as well along here is the not so famous Pandrossou market. There's loads of shops selling everything from the very touristy, all the things you didn't know you needed until you looked at it, and all the way to really expensive things. Musical instruments, clothes, furniture and jewellery. And yes, you are expected at some of those to barter.
Τι γίνεται να είναι σπίτι και να μην την ακουμπάω.
Είμαι καλά, ευχαριστώ. Now, do you recognise that in the distance up there? Of course, it's the Acropolis of Athens. Not bad for a view up the street, eh? As a matter of interest, I will be uploading an entire video walking up there and around very soon. So keep your eye out for that one. It's really going to be good. Obviously, if you subscribe to my channel and click on the reminder button, you'll be one of the first to know when it comes out.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Pues cochecitos, cosas. ¿Todavía el niño Titi?
Sí, que mi...
Ναι, και εγώ σε αυτό το μπάσκετ σκέφτηκα.
Now here we are. It's the famous Monastiraki Square. We're just going to nip through, but I'll put a link below in the description to another video where I take you for a walk all the way around it, show you loads of things, including the best two places actually to eat souvlaki in. But as I said, for now we'll just nip through. Just coming up there on the left, that's Hadrian's library. Let me explain a bit more. Imagine if Amazon Kindle had an ancient Greek ancestor. Well, you get something like that. It was built in 132 AD by the Emperor Hadrian. Now, he was a man who was to building projects, but Paul Hollywood is to bread making. He also had a bit of involvement in our final stop at the end, the Arch of Hadrian. I'll tell you a bit about more later. But this was a place where Athens' most learned and leather sandals gathered. There was hundreds and hundreds of rows of papyrus scrolls, but there was also other things. There was a massive courtyard, galleries, and a reading room. Also as well, over the centuries, it's been used as a fortress, shelter, and even a venue for theatrical performances.
Δεν είναι μόνο ότι αύριο να αρχίσεις, αλλά
Καλημέρα. Σε παρακαλώ, πεινάω.
Prima.
Ήταν μόνος που είχε μάνα.
That there, that's the Gate of Athena, and it stands at the entrance to the Roman Forum of Athens. Mind you, it isn't just any gate. It was built around 11 BC by the Roman Emperor Augustus. And as its name suggests, it's dedicated to the protector and patron of Athens, Athena. What we're walking alongside now is the Roman Forum of Athens. This was the place to be and to be seen if you were anyone in Athens. It was here that the Romans introduced the Athenians to the joys of shopping malls with a marketplace. And that's essentially what the Roman Agora was, a shopping mall and a place to shop. It's not bad, is it? As usual, there's links below if you want to check out the tickets to this, including some good offers. That balcony on the right, that's the one where Nia Vardalos came out during a scene from the comedy film My Life in Ruins. Obviously, she's more well known for writing and starring in the film trilogy My Big Fat Greek Wedding. But for those interested in her, including myself, I thought you may be interested. You don't get that on every walking tour, do you? Ευχαριστώ.
Παρακαλώ, καλημέρα.
Να σε καλά.
Però mica lo so che cazzo si
Tipo te levano un rene e mangi.
Άλλη ερώτηση.
Είσαι σαν τους τρελούς, το πίνεις μέσα.
Now, just before we enter Plaka, I just want to turn right and show you a quick stop of something that's really interesting. It's bound to blow you away, or more accurately, tell you which way the wind's blowing. Let me explain a bit more. That there, that's the Tower of the Winds. And it's the world's oldest weather station. It's built around the 1st century BC, obviously long before today's weather apps we all use. And as I said, it's the world's oldest weather station. It's part sundial, part weather vane, part water clock, and it was actually powered by water that came down all the way from the Acropolis. As usual, I'll put more links below on info on it, including its location and where to get the best tickets. Next up, the famous Plaka neighbourhood. Welcome to the neighbourhood that's often lovingly referred to by the locals as the neighbourhood of the gods. Why, you ask? Well, I suppose because it's just a stone's throw away from the Acropolis. Now, walking through here, through Plaka, it's almost, well, to me anyway, it's like wandering through a live museum. But instead of do not touch signs, you are really invited to immerse yourself fully. There's loads of twists and turns, and in many places it offers that postcard perfect Instagram photographable scene. There's also a little bit of a secret place. It's called Anafiotika. It's like an island village in the heart of the city. It almost looks like you've been magically teleported to the Cyclades. We won't be going there because it's quite a walk around itself. But what I've done is I've put a link in the description below of a walk I did to the village and all the way around it. So if you're interested, recommend you check that out. Now, Plaka's also famous for loads and loads of shops and some fantastic and amazing great places to eat and to drink. There's also one or two ancient sites, including a 20-foot high 17-year-old trophy made from marble for winning a competition, and we will see that. I'll show you a little bit more.
Allora, adesso.
Ωραία.
Yeah, I think so.
Just a few doors to the right there is a world famous bar, Bretta. Opened in 1909 and it's the oldest distillery in Athens. It's not open yet, so obviously I can't take you inside, but there's some good news. I do have another video where I do go inside. I'll put the link to the description below to the exact time frame so you can see for yourselves and have a good look around.
Με τον αυγό δεν πάω. Όχι, ρε πάω. Όλα τα μανάτικα, να βάλει εδώ στην Ιταλία.
Remember that 20-foot trophy I mentioned earlier? Well, that's it. That there, that's the Choragic monument of Lysicrates. It's a bit like a trophy cabinet of the ancient world, but for very ancient, very cultured and specific bragging rights. Now, back in the day when Athens was the Broadway of the ancient world, theatrical performances were the blockbuster hits we see today. And just like today's movie stars, solo artists and bands, they competed not just for the applause and adoration of the audience, but also as well for trophies that to them declared their cultural prowess to the world. And that monument is one such trophy. And that was erected in 334 BC. Now, some of you out there might be wondering, why go to all the trouble just for a trophy? Well, you've got to think like they did back then. Imagine the Oscars mixed with a dash of bragging rights. Well, these competitions were not just entertainment. They were deeply woven into the fabric of Athenian democracy and civic pride. And in other words, this monument serves as a permanent Instagram filter. That there, up ahead, is the end of one massive queue to the Acropolis of Athens. And that's your answer when people say to me, Ian, should I buy tickets to the Acropolis of Athens before I go? It's only about 9:30, and already I'd estimate at least 150 people. And there will be more, believe you me, there'll be a lot more. So, in the description, I've done that for you. I've provided about 3 or 4 variations to get the best tickets possible. From the cheapest to ones which also give you audio tours. It's really worth looking at, believe me.
Τώρα δεν θα κάνεις ένα φινά τώρα.
Lasagna.
And there right ahead, that's our final stop. The Arch of Hadrian. Now you might be wondering, who's this Hadrian bloke I've mentioned a few times? And how come he gets an arch? Well, to put it simply, Hadrian was the Roman Emperor of Athens. And because he was the emperor, well, he got what he wanted. What he wanted was that arch. It was built more than 1800 years ago, and it's about 18 metres high and about 12 metres wide. And it's made of the very same marble the Parthenon is. The other reason he wanted it built was that he wanted to show off and remind everyone just how much the Romans had done for Athens. So he actually put 2 inscriptions placed just above the arch. On one side it reads, "This is Athens, the ancient city of Theseus." And then on the other you put, "This is the city of Hadrian, not Theseus." You see, I like to look at it that it's the ancient equivalent of a you are now leaving site. And was part of Hadrian's effort to rejuvenate Athens. And I guess leave a lasting legacy.